At approximately 11:15 a.m. yesterday, a nationwide power outage occurred across Sri Lanka. The Ministry of Power and Energy explained that a breakdown at the Panadura grid substation disrupted the system's balance, leading to the blackout. Data from the Ceylon Electricity Board revealed that the power supply was completely halted for nearly 2 hours. It took around 5 hours to gradually restore the supply to normal. This incident also caused the shutdown of all 3 generators at the Norochole coal power plant, which supplies over 50% of the country's electricity needs. Dr. Tilak Siambalapitiya, chairman of the CEB, stated that it would take several days to bring the Norochole plant back to full operation. Until then, the national grid power supply will have to be managed carefully. What happened yesterday? According to data available on the CEB website, the reduction in power generation began around 6:45 am yesterday. By 7:30 am, the Norochole coal power plant was supplying its maximum capacity of 812 megawatts to the national grid. However, from 7:30 am onwards, the plant's output was gradually reduced, and by 11 am, it was supplying only 473 megawatts. Other thermal power plants also reduced their output during this period. Why was the supply gradually reduced?
Yesterday was a Sunday, and we often refer to this as the sunny Sunday effect. On Sundays, there is typically no commercial load, resulting in a significantly reduced system load. Additionally, with ample sunlight, solar power plants operate efficiently, further lowering the system demand. This creates a situation where the system's stability is compromised, leading to incidents like the one we experienced. It is important to understand that the fault wasn't with the monkey. The incident merely highlighted the instability of the system, which was already at a precarious level. Imagine a heavy truck traveling and hitting a large pothole. Sometimes it can continue its journey despite the bump, but if the load is removed, the truck might overturn. This is similar to what happened with our power system. We experienced something like this last Sunday as well. Fortunately, nothing happened.
Why did it take time to restore the supply of electricity? After the incident, it took time to restore power because the Norochole power plant, which produces continuous power, cannot be restarted instantly. Following the incident in Panadura, the sudden breakdown caused all 3 generators to go offline. Restoring power required relying on hydro and thermal power plants, which took several hours. Currently, with the Norochole plant offline, officials have to manage the power supply carefully, especially during peak usage times.
Currently, we don't have 900 megawatts from the Norochole power plant, which creates a significant shortfall in the system. Last week, the night peak load reached 2,690 megawatts, and on some days, it is expected to reach around 2,700 megawatts. Without Norochole, we cannot meet this demand, which poses a serious challenge. As a result, we may have to limit power supply to certain areas, especially during the night, until the situation stabilizes.
Why can't we manage this situation better?
Solar power plants operate by supplying electricity to the grid. When we look at the system, we see that the actual demand is very low. During periods of low demand, we have to generate a minimal amount of electricity. For example, during yesterday's incident, Norochole typically supplies around 810 megawatts, but we had to reduce it to about 450 megawatts because the actual demand was even lower. The visible demand on the system was lower than the actual electricity consumption because solar power plants were supplying part of the demand. However, when the system's load drops to around 800 megawatts, its stability decreases.
Is there a solution to this?
We discussed this issue towards the end of last year at the Ceylon Electricity Board. There are several measures we can take, but they require time. The main solution is to install battery systems, known as grid-scale battery storage systems, at grid substations. This would allow us to maintain stability by storing excess power during low demand and using it during high demand. If we can keep the system at around 1000 megawatts, we can ensure stability by sending excess power to the batteries.
මෙගාවට් 100ක් විතර බැටරි පද්ධතියට ස්ටෝරේජ් එකට යවලා පද්ධතියේ ධාරිතාවය මෙගාවට් 1000ක විතර තියාගන්න පුළුවන් නම් සාහිත්‍යය තියාගන්න පුළුවන්.